And welcome to Roadside Notes. I'm Christopher, the Route 66 Chaplain, and these are readings from the Faith and Good Courage Journal found at faithandgoodcourage.com. Again, stories from the road, for the road, and a little grace for the miles ahead, and reminders that hope still travels with us. This journal, Dropping the Stone, is from my entry on March 5th, 2026. Dropping the stone came to me standing somewhere I never expected to feel so quiet inside. 4,000 feet above the canyon floor. My feet planted on a glass skywalk, the world falling away beneath me. The view was overwhelming, but it was not fear that settled in. It was perspective. Standing there, I realized how small my certainties had become and how heavy my judgments had once been. I thought about how easy we carry opinions, how quickly we form verdicts about people we barely know. Now, from a distance, everyone looks simple, right or wrong, in or out, deserving or undeserving. But depth changes everything. Standing at the edge of something vast has a way of reminding you that, well, most things are not as shallow as they appear. I've always been drawn to the story of the woman dragged into the dust and placed into the center of the crowd. The men came armed with stones and certainty. They asked the question they believe had only one answer. Should she be stoned? The law was clear. The rules were written. The outcome seemed inevitable. But the man they brought her to did not answer right away. He bent down and wrote in the dirt. I've wondered what the pause felt like for the crowd, what it felt like to stand there holding a stone, waiting for permission to throw it. When he finally spoke, it was not with anger or accusation. It was with clarity. Let the one without sin cast the first stone. I can only imagine the sound that followed. No shouting, no arguments, just stones hitting the ground one by one. Heavy thuds of realization, each man confronting the weight of his own hand. That moment has always undone me, not because the woman was spared, but because everyone was exposed. Not one left righteous, not one left superior. They left lighter. The road has a way of teaching you things churches and classrooms sometimes miss. Out here, you learn patience at two-lane merges. You learn humility when you're lost and have to ask for directions. And you learn compassion when you see someone broken down on the shoulder and realize quickly that could be you. Judgment doesn't travel well. It rides loud and impatient. It assumes too much and listens too little. Now, grace, on the other hand, slows you down. It makes room. It leaves space between what you see and what you decide. I've caught myself forming opinions about strangers in diners, parking lots, and gas stations. Then something happens. A detail will surface. A story will emerge, and suddenly the stone I was holding feels heavier than I expected. Depth will do that. Proximity will do that. When you get closer, you realize how much you don't know about dropping the stone. What strikes me the most about the moment in the gospel is not the crowd. It's the man who stays when everyone else leaves. He does not minimize what happened. He does not excuse it. He simply asks a question. Where are your accusers? And she answers honestly, there are none. Neither do I condemn you, he says. Go, sin no more. It's not permission, it's release. It's not denial, it's redirection. That's the pattern I see again and again on the road. Healing rarely comes through, condemnation. It comes through truth offered with mercy, through accountability wrapped in compassion, through someone choosing to stay when it would be easier to simply walk away. In my roadside reflection, I think most of us are closer to that crowd than we'd like to admit. We carry stones shaped like opinions, assumptions, and half-known stories. They feel light at first, almost justified. But if we pause long enough, if we look honestly in our own hands, we do feel the weight. This invitation is not to pretend sin does not exist. It's to remember we are not stone throwers by nature. Before judgment leaves our grip, grace has already spoken. Maybe the most faithful thing we could do today is set down what we were so ready to throw, to let it fall quietly, to walk away lighter than we arrived, and to leave room for mercy, to finish the work we cannot. Travel well, my friends. Have faith and good courage.